Welcome back to the Push Limit Show. I'm Ivy.
I am Shania.
Is that what else do I say?
That's all you need to say, I guess. You know, it's been a while since we've sat down again. I feel like I say this every time.
I know.
This is like the number one thing that we put off, especially when we're really busy, and we are really busy right now. And I'm having flashbacks to January when we were talking about how insane January was. It hasn't slowed down. February has been just as fast-paced. Mm-hmm. March so far is just as fast-paced, and it will be until we move, because we are moving to Iowa.
And then April's going to be crazy. Like, why is it
April is also going to be crazy because of work, and we have had just moved. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to shout out a comment that we got on YouTube, which was really cool. Where did it go? Here we go. Carla says, I hope you come back soon with more episodes. It's a great podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. We needed this.
Yeah, you got to hear that sometimes. But yeah, like I said, this is the first thing that we tend to push off when we're getting really busy, and we've pushed it off. And the shorts that we post from this podcast is our best performing content that we do. And our last episode, so it's really funny, if you go look at our views, it's gone from like 30, 40. This last one got 70 when we were talking about our experience with our first competition. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like a lot of white belts don't talk about it, and they should. It's like, I don't know. And then I feel like maybe upper belts get to relive the panic and craziness that they once experienced, you know?
Yeah.
We were all here.
Experiencing the adrenaline together. That's what I'm hoping for the next one, though, is that there's less of an adrenaline dump. And I've been expressing to you that I feel like my cardio is really good. I'm feeling pretty strong, and, you know, I'm learning more stuff. My technique isn't awful. But when you go into the competition, I was like, what technique? What's jiu-jitsu? Who am I? Yeah. Where are we?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. But no, I'm excited for the next one too. I think it's going to be really good, and our training has just gotten more and more intentional.
Yeah, so I want to get into what our training's been looking like lately. Ivy did some traveling recently and checked out a different jiu-jitsu gym, and that was her first time ever dropping in somewhere else. And just sharing kind of just like the life updates and things that's been going on in the business since we last did this episode or this podcast. And what we've been doing business-wise is a lot of one-on-one direct messaging. I send tons of messages every day. I kind of got into a little slump there for about a week where I wasn't sending a lot of messages. But yeah, tons of messages every day. I get a few responses from some of you. So anyone watching this, Maybe I've sent you a message. It's actually me sending the message, and Ivy is sending messages as well.
I don't do it as often as Shania, but I promise I will pick that back up. But yeah, it's really us actually reaching out.
Yeah, and it's just a way for us to connect with people in the jiu-jitsu community. You know, we make daily energy for jiu-jitsu athletes, and we've had more people purchasing it that are athletes and getting awesome feedback. And that's just our way really for lead capture right now, but also creating relationships and getting to know people. So sorry for bugging you, but thank you to the people who have, you know, started conversations with us.
Honestly,
it's really cool.
It is really cool because, like, I feel like I'm meeting people, and like people are actually responding and like telling us about their journey and like what kind of got them into jiu-jitsu, and so that has been really cool. I also came across a really cool looking like brand out of Australia that makes gi, and it's like, this is on my list of I'm getting this gi next time I buy one, and I wouldn't have found that if we hadn't started doing this.
Yeah, I finally just got a new gi not too long ago. I got a tatami gi, got a lightweight.
Looks so good.
A little bit more inexpensive, and it fits me a little better, which is nice. The first time I bought a gi, I think I got an A2. It's so big on me. In the last comp, I wore it, and it got pulled over my head. And like you can see in the video, I'm like squirming, like trying to get on top. And then the ref is like trying to rip it down, but he couldn't get it off. So I think this tatami one, I got an F3. And I'm 5'4", like 125, and it fits pretty good. Maybe just a tad big, but I haven't tried to shrink it yet.
I still need to make that meme for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Ivy to help me post more content for Push and like just make memes.
I love memes, so if you
guys look like Cornholio?
Don't tell them.
We're gonna post a meme where I look like Cornholio.
Yeah, I love it.
From Beavis and Butthead, which I've never watched a day in my life. I've never seen it. So yeah, business side, it's just a lot of messaging. You know, that's what we're doing to scale our business right now. It's a lot of technically unscalable work, but I want to do that forever. Like even when we get to like 10, 20, 50,000, 100,000 followers, it'd be really cool just to keep doing that, you know, just being the founder, being the owner of the business, just reaching out to people and having conversations because I like it.
I love it. And it honestly, it makes it easier, I feel like, to talk to people. Like, as we're just getting repetitions in this, I'm just like, less and less fear about reaching out and like getting to know someone.
It helps that we actually made a good quality product that's all made in the USA, and like we believe in this, we love it, we use it every day, twice a day. I dry scooped it for the first time.
That's crazy.
And if you've ever done the cinnamon challenge, which is popular probably back in 2012, 2011, that's exactly what it was like. You guys, it went in my nose like instantly, like I almost threw up. We were on the go. We were in a hurry to get to class last night. And I just was like, you know, I'm going to do it. I have seen my coach do it. I've seen Ruth do it on a video. Everyone does it, apparently, because afterwards I got a ton of messages. Y'all are crazy.
I remember my first dry scoop.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
It was weird. It honestly gave me a different feeling because it kind of like, it's like I snorted it because it got into my nose and I could just feel the powder in my nose. I might do it again.
Lion's mane to the brain. Good to know.
Lion's mane to the brain. That L-theanine.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I don't know that I will do that.
Yeah.
I just love it. It tastes so good normally, so I'll probably stick to that. You can dry scoop.
Yeah. Okay. I'll stick to it. But yeah, that's what we're doing to scale the business. Collecting reviews, getting feedback, talking to people, posting content, and an email that I send maybe once a week, which I technically need to send more, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Business side, that's it. You know, that's exactly what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future. And
we're still distributing. We actually had a conversation about that. I mean, that's kind of cool to talk about. Like, we fulfill everything from our home. And so when you guys
tiny bedroom.
Yeah, we have a tiny bedroom with, it's like we call it the push room. So anytime you guys get your push at home, just know like me or Shania are actually like stuffing these and putting everything in here. Sometimes depending on the person, I'll like pick out the little QR card because it's got a quote and I'll be like, oh, I think like if I know them, I think they would like this one, stick that in there. So yeah, we're doing that all
yeah, there's different Stoic inspired quotes that we put on there, and then obviously a QR code, and there's discount after that, blah blah blah.
Stickers.
Yeah, stickers. People have been liking the stickers. So business is fun. We love it. The best thing that we've ever done, really. It's just really fulfilling.
Yeah.
On the personal side, moving back to Iowa, just a quick touch on that. We've posted about it different places online, but my mom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer like 6 months before we moved down here. We decided to make the move anyways, and we are really grateful that we did. You know, we've made amazing connections and friends. We started jiu-jitsu and moved to Texas, and that's just obviously been such a huge thing for us. We trained Muay Thai prior to that. So really happy that we made the decision to move here, but now it's time for us to go back and just be the family. And I'm excited about that too. You know, it's been a while. I miss everyone. So
yeah,
moving to Iowa, looking at gyms there as well. So really gonna miss our gym family here. Like it really sucks.
I'm tearing up.
You're tearing up.
Like,
I can see it.
Ugh.
We love everyone. We've had such an amazing experience, and we're just gonna make new friends and more memories at home. Why? We both teary-eyed.
We should talk about something else.
Yeah, what shall we talk about? So let's talk. We travel a lot for work. Ivy travels way more than I do. You travel way more than I do, and for the first time, you went and checked out a different gym. So let's hear about it. If you can stop crying.
I'm not crying. It's not out of my eyes yet. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I want to hear about it all because she was reaching out to some different gyms and had an interesting experience. Okay,
cool. I'm going to talk about that. I'm just not going to say which gym it was.
Yeah.
But no, I was in the Salt Lake area, and like a couple weeks before we went out, I was like, I was just like literally had tears. That's so stupid. No, I reached out to a couple gyms that were like nearby where I was staying, and my whole point was like, I'm going to walk to this gym like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday morning and go check it out. So I look up one gym on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, like the page is funny. There's a lot of memes. I can see pictures of like the people training. I'm like, okay, it's all guys, which no problem. So I messaged the gym and I asked them all the questions like, what's it cost? What time? What are we training? Kind of thing, basic questions. And then I intentionally sent another message that said, do any women train here? And I got a response, and they responded to all of the questions except for, did any women train here? And I'm like, okay, that felt kind of weird. And I didn't want to like, I'm not going to dig too much into it, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a white belt. I'm a woman. I'm by myself in a city and state that I'm not from. I don't know anyone. So I'm like, let me just see what else is out there. So I look up a different gym, and on Instagram, they have pictures of all of their students. Like, the content looks nice, and they have women instructors. There are women in the classes. Like, they actually do like women only jiu-jitsu classes too, which is really cool. And like everything else is co-ed, which is awesome. So I reached out to them. I did not have to ask, do they have women there? Like, I just saw it. So I ended up going to Gracie Barra, Salt Lake. So shout out to them. Really nice gym, really cool people. The instruction was amazing. I did a 6:30 a.m. class on Monday, and I was just like so gassed by the end of it. Like, everyone was top notch. We had some really good rolls. And then I also think the altitude kicked my ass a little bit. I was just sucking air the whole time. It was terrible. But no, I would definitely go back again. It was a really cool experience.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like, I've never trained at a different gym besides just recently we went to sister, I don't know if they're sister gyms, but we went to a gym for Women's Day, and which was really cool because jiu-jitsu is obviously a male-dominated sport. And, you know, men and women roll differently. You know, you can make the argument that rolling with men is great for women because it's like, oh, it's going to make you stronger and blah, blah, blah. Cool, but when it comes to people who are competing, women train and roll completely differently. And it's hardly ever am I rolling with someone that's about my size.
Yeah.
It like never happens.
No.
It's either someone is way smaller or they're all just like way bigger.
Or they're like 12 or something.
Yeah. And I don't know enough to really speak into this if it's true or not, but I've just seen where people say that women are more technical when it comes to rolling, and I don't know. I'm still a white belt, so it's hard for me to say because I'm not technical at all, probably.
Yeah.
But I try to be. But it was really cool. You know, it's interesting to go train at different gyms and just have that experience of, you know, even for guys, you know, maybe there's not always someone that's your size, but it's just interesting to go and see what's happening at other gyms. Like, how are they teaching? What are the roles like? And just different people to roll with instead of being at the same gym forever and rolling with the same people over and over and over. Whether you're competing or not, I think it's really important to get out there and just, you know, train at different open mats.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I would love to do more since I only got to experience it this last time. And it was cool. I didn't even realize how many different girls I had rolled with. But it was more than I thought. I was like, because it was over in a minute, it seemed like. It was so quick. But it was just cool, you know, to train with other white belts and just kind of see where I'm at and see what I can improve on. It's just always seeing where, you know, the gaps are and different things that I have questions on. And that's the other thing too, is just discovering things that I can write down and just take back to my coaches and work on that, which we did this morning with single leg X.
Yeah, that was a really good class this morning. Yeah, no, and I was just going to say another thing too is like visiting these other gyms, like we're making friends with people that we otherwise would not have ever met. And like, you just never know when you're going to see them again. And I mean, I feel like we're pretty well connected with quite a few people who travel. And so being able to hear their experiences in different gyms and different locations has been really cool.
Yeah, and it's always cool. Like, it's happened a couple times where someone's traveling from out of town and drops into our gym. And it's like, it's just interesting and it's awesome to be able to have that experience of rolling with someone else and just training alongside them. Everyone in jiu-jitsu is usually pretty cool. But that's the other thing. I wanted to make a comment about that gym not replying about the women being there.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's a red flag. I mean, we have never had an experience of like a training partner or a coach being weird, but a lot of women do. And I'd say we're really blessed and lucky to have such awesome training partners and coaches to where I've never even thought about it being an issue. You know?
I know. It's like you hear all the time. I mean, not all the time, but like in all sports and like any sport, you know, whether it's a high school sport or whatever, like, you know, women get hurt, women get abused and assaulted, and it sucks. And I'm grateful too. I haven't had that experience, but you just never know where you're going to go. So I feel like women should always feel empowered to ask those questions and be comfortable with wherever they go.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. Well, we do have another competition coming up. So I wanted to kind of talk about like, what does our day-to-day look like? How the hell do we train as much as we do, have full-time jobs, have a business, tend to our hobbies, take care of our dogs? And I'll just say first and foremost, it's because we both have work from home jobs.
Number one thing.
And we are very blessed and lucky to have that. You know, most people don't get to say that. So that's number one, is that we are home often with the dogs, which was our dream. For the longest time, I saw this quote that I see every now and then. It's like, where you are now is exactly where you dreamed about being 5 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
If you're taking action and being consistent, that is. Some people may look back and be like, damn, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
It's just so much changes for us all the time. And I'm happy about it. And so we work from home. So we're home with our dogs all the time. But we trained 47 hours-ish in January, 31 hours February, and in March will probably be between 30 to 50. That's what I intend, just leading up for a competition. And maintenance, I wouldn't be training that much just because of how busy we are. We literally have no time to do anything because, especially since we're moving, we're trying to spend more time with people and spend time with our neighbors because we've built a really strong connection with them. And so I was just trying to find that balance, but there really isn't any balance right now.
No.
So we usually train jiu-jitsu 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Except Tuesdays and Thursdays are the nights that we'll usually take an evening off because it's no-gi. We do
train
get,
in the morning.
we don't roll in the morning as much, but it is more drill and just practicing technique and different stuff like that, which is really cool. And then the Saturday comp training. So Monday.
And Sunday women's class.
Yeah, which is gi.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I prefer the gi anyways, but I like both. We like to train both.
Yeah, I love that we train both because we compete in both too. Like right now, we're actually signed up for Jiu-Jitsu World League. We'll be doing gi and no gi. And if you've done that in a single day, like you know the pain. It's rewarding, but it's exhausting.
I wanted to look up and see because the early bird registration ended. I wanted to see if other people had signed up because last I looked, we both only had one person in the gi. So I hope more people signed up because I really want, at least a couple different people in each would be nice.
Yeah.
Which just to roll with new people, at a really high intensity level, and see how it goes.
Yeah. But yeah, back to like what our day-to-day looks like. I think that'd be kind of cool to share. So like,
what time do we wake up?
5:40 is typically when our alarm is set. So basically on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday mornings, we are doing jiu-jitsu. Wake up at 5:40, go train jiu-jitsu, come home. And then Monday, Friday mornings, we wake up at 5:40, we go lift, come home. We incorporate lifting again on Sundays, yeah, because Saturdays are longer training for comp training for jiu-jitsu.
It's really high intensity too, and so we just leave it at that. Sundays, someone's gonna say, "When's your rest day?" We don't have a rest day.
Like, don't ask that question.
Which is okay right now. I mean, it's not like we're training like this forever. It's just been the past couple months.
Yeah. It's always comp season, right? Yeah. Now that we're finally at this point. Sunday we do women's only jiu-jitsu, and that's really good. And then we typically train jiu-jitsu Monday, Wednesday evenings. We're going to be doing Tuesday evenings, and then Fridays a little bit. It's a lighter load on Friday evening though, at least. Like,
yeah,
we do drill, we do roll a little bit.
It's drilling, technique drilling, and then open mat.
Yeah. So
it can be as intense as we want it to be.
Yeah. We work all day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
With the extra cardio, so the way I feel right now, I hadn't been at the cardio level that I wanted to be just rolling. And so I've been doing a couple runs during the week. I was trying to fit it in during the day, during the work day, but that's proven to be extremely difficult. And so we've talked about waking up a little bit earlier on our weightlifting days to make sure we can hit some cardio after we weightlift, which is just jogging. I want to do burpees.
I don't know why you want to do burpees.
Because it's like a full body workout thing, and I saw some guy on Instagram talking cool about it, and so made me want to do it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to do burpees.
That's fine.
You can do burpees. I'll video you doing burpees.
I only want to be running like up to a 5K though. I think I've only been running about a mile, but I've noticed a difference. I wasn't running for a long time, and before that we did run a marathon, and so I was running like 11, 12 minute mile paces, training that, and then so now I want to be running a bit faster. Like my goal is to run a 5K with 8-minute miles times, and I'm running at like a 9 right now.
Yeah.
The past couple times I've jogged. So that's cool.
That is really cool.
I mean, without running often, my cardio is pretty decent, I think.
That's awesome. I was running in Salt Lake when I was staying at the hotel. I'd get on the treadmill and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do, I always say a mile or 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I'll just go for 10 minutes because I can get the mile in. And my gosh, I just feel like I was going so fast, and then like the certain Chapel Roan song comes on, and I just like bump up the pace for the last few minutes, and I'm sprinting, jamming out. I love it.
I don't even know what I've been listening to lately. But I'm glad you started listening to music finally, because you were just listening to audiobooks. Like one morning we were traveling and we were at this hotel gym, and she's just in the pissiest mood, and I'm listening to like Pink Pony Club, and I'm like, dude, Ivy, I'm like, what are you listening to? She's like, an audiobook. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why are you listening to an audiobook? We're in the gym. I'm like, and it's 5 a.m. Listen to some music. I'm like, play Pink Pony Club. Completely different mood afterwards. So thank you, Chapel Roan.
Yeah, she saved us that day.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So yeah, you know, early mornings, and honestly, the hardest part about it all is it's just really difficult to fall asleep at night after having the adrenaline from class. You'd think after training that hard, you'd be gassed out and just go to sleep, but like we're like wired at night. But we're usually in bed by 9 and falling asleep by 10 at the latest on a bad night.
We also don't really go out much, like just because we train so much. I mean, sometimes, especially as the weather gets nicer, it's easier to be like, the patio would be so good. But we've always, like, especially the last few years, have been those people that are like, let's go out early, like get home by 6 or 7 at the absolute latest if we do go out, is what we try to do.
I think one time we went and got dinner at 4, and that was perfect.
That was amazing.
And then we just watch anime.
Yeah, we're back before the sun goes down.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love anime. It's so good.
Do you want to talk about what anime we're watching?
Well, we're almost caught up on One Piece. We're almost on episode 1000, so we're getting there. Kaiju number 8, Frieren, is really good.
Solo leveling.
Solo leveling, even though they copied Hunter x Hunter.
It's still amazing.
I've watched a lot when you've traveled too. I watched some different ones like Dr. Stone and Vinland Saga. I don't know, anime nerds for sure. I love it.
I know, I feel like people they would know with you, they wouldn't know with me.
Yeah. So yeah, during the day, I do tend to walk the dogs. During the week, 20 to 30 minutes. The girls are getting a little bit older and they just love to go sniff, so that's what we do. It's not for exercise, it's just trying to get me away from my desk for a minute, walk the dogs. And I do fit in my Japanese study in throughout the day.
You're so good about that.
Yeah. Last night I couldn't fall asleep because I just was thinking Japanese words over and over and over. I have a goal to be able to speak it fluently in 2 years. I've been learning since 2020 on and off, so I do have regret on not being consistent with that. Astro's over there itching himself.
He just burped.
Well, he was itching himself. Yeah. So is there anything we haven't touched on? I mean, that's just kind of like an update.
I mean, I guess in our daily things, we have to shower like twice a day most days, like so that kind
We
of
do
stuff.
shower twice a day. I think I joke about not showering sometimes because it's funny, but
We shower a lot.
Yeah.
Our water bill sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's it. Things will definitely change, you know, when we move. That's something we've been talking about a lot, is we want to plan out what that's going to look like, because right now, I guess another thing that helps with how much we train is we live 10 minutes from our gym. And then 15 minutes so 10 minutes from jiu-jitsu, 15 from where we go lift.
Yeah.
When we are living in Iowa, we're going to be like 20 minutes from a lifting gym, 15?
Probably 15, yeah.
Okay, and that's like, and then also think about all the snow that we're gonna get in the winter, so it's gonna be tough. And then 45 minutes from jiu-jitsu, but we are like dead set on this gym we wanna go to.
Yeah, we really like it. It's called No Coast, BJJ. One of the women's that's the black belt instructor there, I've known of her in Iowa because she's a Muay Thai fighter. And so like I had seen her warming up for fights at the TBASA before, and I had no idea that she also trained jiu-jitsu. So I'm excited. That's gonna be really cool. And we do want to go back to our old gym, Talent, every now and then and train Muay Thai with our original instructor, Rhonda, that got us into martial arts in the first place.
She's so cool.
We love her.
I cannot wait to see her again.
And they have a women's class there too, so that's probably what we'll do.
Yeah, that'll be so good.
Yeah, so it's like really exciting and really sad at the same time. Final words though, I don't think early on in the jiu-jitsu journey, like if you're less than a year in, I don't think it would make sense to go cross-train. I think I don't know, not yet.
Wait,
it's not
cross-train
like go to other gyms, like go to open mats and train with other people.
Oh.
Like if you've been doing it for less than a year, once again, I don't know. But I feel like it's important to like be at one place and learn, because that's the thing. It's like if you've never trained a martial art before, it's like you want to be a good training partner, and you need to learn how to do the sport to be a good training partner. You got to learn to be strong with your body and control your body so you're not accidentally hurting anyone. And there's that, like, you know, everyone says spazzy white belts, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and talk to your coach. You know, obviously it's like, hey, do you think it's a good idea if I would go to these open mats and train at these other gyms and check it out? You know, our coaches cross train, and we don't really cross train though, because we train at one place, but we've now had the experience training other places and have found the value in it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
I think it's worth looking into.
Our gym definitely provides like so many classes that I don't feel the need to go other places. But I would think too is like if you're new into jiu-jitsu and you're just getting into it, I mean, I'm not a coach or anything like that, so it'd be interesting to see what coaches think. But my thought would be, yeah, stay consistent with your training at your home gym with those same coaches, because they get to know you, and like as they're watching you roll and watching how you learn and how you adapt to different things, like that's gonna just go by so much faster if you're with them as often as possible. So yeah, I would agree with that, I guess. Like, but yeah, definitely don't shy away from making friends in the jiu-jitsu community and checking out gyms and like doing open open mats. So I don't know what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
there.
like I'm not trying to make this like an episode where we're like giving advice and things like that. In a way, I'm like kind of talking to myself, and like I don't think I would have been comfortable going somewhere else. I probably would have also felt self-conscious going to a different gym, but now I'm a bit more confident, and I know I'm a safe training partner. And so I feel good being able and going and rolling with other people. And it's like I never go like 1,000%. You and I go probably 85 to 100% when we roll. Like she gives me the hardest time, and it pisses me off. We can talk about in a different episode, being a loving woman couple that trains jiu-jitsu together. That'd be interesting. Let us know what you guys think. But you know, it's I've rolled with people before, and it's usually a guy that is just gonna go 1,000% no matter what. And I'm like, dude, and it hurt me. It actually hurt my knee, and it's annoying. But it's like I just never want to hurt someone on accident.
No.
And so it's like I'm always kind of gauging the level of the person I'm going with, like their skill, but also like their cardio and how hard they want to go. And I didn't do anything verbally. I didn't even think about it, but you verbally like would ask someone, right? And like say like, hey, how hard do you want to go? Or say that I'll go as hard as you want to go.
Yeah.
Because I would go. Like I'm down to go really hard every single time. But it's just feeling it out and having that communication.
Yeah, I think that's been a pivotal thing for me, because I've definitely been really shy about asking things. I normally will just get paired up and just go and not say anything, and whether I'm comfortable or not. But now I've gotten so much better about just being vocal about it, and I think our coaches have done a really great job of encouraging that and, you know, making us feel confident in doing that. But yeah, so now every time I roll with someone, like someone that I'm not used to rolling with, you know, like you and Ruth and Ashley, my normal training partners, no problem.
Yeah.
But other people, I'm like, hey, like, especially if it's a new white belt guy or like someone I haven't rolled with before, and I'm like, okay, like, hey, like I'm willing to go hard, but like don't rip my head off.
Yeah, it's like at our gym we know, like,
Yes.
and everyone knows like who's competing and who's not competing, and like we just know each other really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just going other places is definitely being comfortable with saying something. I remember being in striking classes and just getting the shit beat out of me, and like I just didn't want to say anything, so I didn't want to look like a wimp.
A little.
And then I'm like, my leg hurts, and I'm like, dang, I took so many leg kicks.
You go home, you see that giant bruise, and you're like, I fucked up.
Yeah, but that's an interesting thing is, and I haven't really thought about in a while, is just being too self-conscious to say anything. But yeah, it's important too.
Yeah.
I think that's really all we got.
Yeah. I thought this was really good.
I want to record at least another one of these before we go, because I'd like to be recording these at least every 2 weeks, but ideally we could record more and then release them ahead of time. But honestly, for the way that we do this podcast, that doesn't make sense. Because it's like, how could we touch on another subject again without having gone through some time and had something to talk about? Because every time so far, it's been like the current things happening and what we're doing. So, look, we're just figuring it out as we go.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking we should, since Kennedy will be here, Shania's sister's going to be here the week before we move, maybe we can convince her to train with us or something. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Regardless, we'll see if she can come and like at least observe like one of our classes, because it'll be our last class here. That'd be kind of cool to do an episode with her and get her take on someone who's never done a martial art.
But also I know she's probably not going to like it, knowing my sister.
Yeah, but regardless, whatever happens, I would love to, if she's down, do an episode and get her take on, you know, what does she think about it, and what questions does she have, like what thoughts went through her head. That would be cool.
Yeah, maybe we can do that.
Maybe we should call her right now.
No, let's close it out. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in and being patient with us as we are just navigating through this podcast, through life, and through jiu-jitsu and business. Bye, Daily Energy.
And keep commenting, letting us know when it's good to go.
We love the feedback.
The episodes. Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
All right.
Bye. I was gonna say keep commenting on the video so we get excited about recording.
No, we have to motivate ourselves.
Yeah.
Consistency over motivation. End.
Oh my